Authenticated birth certificate should have 2 pages attached to the certified birth certificate. 1. Order Kolb from the Secretary of State where you were born. Not your county birth certificate. In previous videos I went over this information in the breakdown of Let's Authentic the Kolb. 2. You will go to the notary, which is a deputized state officer, and have them notarize your affidavit of ownership. They cannot authenticate your Kolb certificate of live birth itself. 3. Now you head to the county office. You should have a non-Hague convention, a country not under United States jurisdiction. They will authenticate your affidavit of ownership. 4. Head to your Secretary of State, look up the address, because you will mail the Kolb with your payment and the SOS form. Use the same non-Hague you used at your county. When Kolb is returned it will have a page attached. 5. Next, send Kolb to feds with payment. They have a form you must fill out with your non-Hague convention. 2. Once you get your Kolb back it will have the final document that will be attached with the law and full faith in credit. Never let anyone detach your documents once again, it will be void. Next you are going to endorse your Kolb front and back with red ink at the 45 degrees angle. Verbiage on next page. Office of Authentications U.S. Department of State CAPPT STO AUT 44132. Mercure CIR PO Box 1206 Sterling, VA 20166 1206. Acceptance for value. Exempt from levy. Pay to order of the United States of America, U.S. Treasury, without recourse. By first, middle last the 11th of November 2023. Back of Kolb, front of Kolb, accepted by DROE. By first, middle last the 11th of November 2023. Endorse front and back of Kolb, also autograph the back of the Kolb. Next we get our package together to send to Treasury. Many blueprints. Verbiage varies. What you need to set up your contract. 1. Security agreement. 2. Trademark copyright. 3. Power of attorney in fact. And hold harmless indemnity bond. 4. Affidavit of truth. 5. UCC 16. Schedule A. 7. 1040 V8. 1040 S9. Bill of exchange. 10. Kolb bond. 11. Chargeback. 12. Authenticated Kolb. 13. Cover letter. You can refer to Course 4 Redemption, UCC Instructions Manual, Redemption Manual, 4.5 edition. If you Google you can find these PDFs for free with actual documents inside. After you have all your documents you will mail everything to the Treasury. Stephen Turner Mnuchin, Secretary of the Treasury, or his successor, Department of the Treasury, 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. 20220. You can send it registered or certified mail. This number is very important as it is your discharge account number and will be added on your documents when need be. They have 30 days to rebut and send your documents back. After 30 days contract stands as facts and you are on your way to financial stability. Next, while you are waiting for your contract you can set up your foreign irrevocable trust that will be your holding aka gifting trust. You will need IRS Form 8832, because all your INs will be gifting your tangibles to your trust. Refer to my previous video, Breakdown to 98 Trust. You also want to have your estate IN, and any other INs you want to operate, as we do not operate utilizing the SSN. You will go to the IRS to create your entities. When I did my process, Mnuchin signed my Kolb. Look up who is in office now. Let's go over the blueprint. UCC 1 Collateral wording. The following is part of the original filing, as all proceeds, products, accounts and fixtures, of the instruments, orders, judgments, agreements and documents of recording, nunc pro tune, incorporated herein by reference or hereby accepted for value, are exempt from levy and are the personal property of the debtor, whereby secured party holds all interest. This is the entry of the debtor in the commercial registry as an international commercial transmitting utility trust. The term, secured party, as used in regard to this UCC filing, does mean, a sovereign sentient living being, on the land, on the private side, outside the legislative jurisdiction of the aggregate corporate states and the Corporate UNTED states, having full and lawful authority, and said definition is superior to the state's definition of individual on this filing. This filing secures a contractual obligation in favor of secured party. Any attempt to stultify or impair the contract between secured party and/or debtor goes at $50,000.00 per action. Secured party hereby secures the rights, interest, and title over all of debtor's assets, land and personal property, now owned and hereafter acquired, now existing and hereafter arising, and wherever located or situated, described more fully in private security agreement. Form SATI LPO 5171078 Nunc Pro Tunc, XXXXX 1234, in the sum certain amount of $100 billion, incorporated herein by UCC 1 Add First Addendum. Reference. Said registration is to secure the rights, titles, and interest in certification of vital records. Abstract of birth number 991111 or first middle last, State of California, County of Alameda as received by Department of Health and the pledge represented by same, including, but not limited to Pignus, Hypotheca, Hereditaments, Res, the energy and all products derived therefrom, debtors. Social Security Form SSA 3000, 6-99 Social Security Number, SSA Bond Number XXXXX1234. Treasury Trust UCC Contract Account, Durable Power of Attorney of First Middle Last, Copyright Notice Security Agreement, Trademark First Middle Last all caps public and all variations thereof. California Driver's License Number 001231234, CUSIP hash, Debtor's Passport, any and all licenses ever held or to be held in the applications for same, applications for government benefits, and all public and private recordings. All debentures, indentures, contracts, accounts, bonds, pledges, checking in, savings accounts, handwritings, signatures, handprints, footprints, retina scans, and DNA matter. Predicated. UCC 1 Add Second Addendum. On the juristic person fictional entity dummy corporation, organization described as debtor and all other property of the debtor, Nunc Pro Tunc, XXXXX 1234. All property is accepted for value and exempt from levy. Adjustment of this filing is from Public Policy HJR 192, Public Law 73-10, UCC 1-103, 10-104 and UCC 1-104. Secured party accepts debtor's signature in accord with UCC 1201-39, 3-419 and 3-401. All proceeds, products, accounts and fixtures, and the orders therefrom are released to debtor. By explicit reservation, secured party is neither guarantor to any other's accounts, nor fiduciary for debtor. This wording can be changed to reflect your own situation and fit to your own needs. This is just the generic verbiage we use on the initial UCCs, but you will have to follow up with additional UCC3s as you keep going. As you see, you must read. This all seem crazy, but it is how we operate, so get on board. Examples of your UCC1. Verbiage. 12. Out of many, all 50 states, all cities, counties, properties. 1. Real estate in the United States of America, this. First name, last name, middle name, maiden, B is extracted, with prejudice, into the United States of America, State of California on this 11th day of November, 2023, a security 15 U.S.C. Commercial. Affidavit, not a point of law. 15. The United States of America, U.S. Treasury, Department Internal Revenue Service IRS. 16. As all real men with hands and legs, and all real land in the United States of America. 14 quadrillion, with trust in God, this real estate is with the public. As I stated, this is one of many blueprints for this process. This process has been going on for many years right under our nose. I am only a guidepost to know to bring balance to my Father's God people. What you do with this information is solely on you. Securities agreement, trademark, copyright, power of attorney. In fact, have each document notarized. Wells Fargo does it for free if that's available to you in your area. A copy of the securities agreement will go with Your UCC1 and UCC1A documents record each of these in your county. Keep a copy of any receipts and make sure you keep them with the document for a later date. Instructions for filing the UCC1 and UCC1 ad, with attachments. Include a copy of your 1 copy of security agreement 2 driver's license, state-issued photo ID 3 copy of the front and back of your social security card. 4 copy of double authenticated birth certificate or certified birth certificate or naturalized citizen documents endorsed with accepted for value stamp. Verbiage. As you add more activity, you'll use UCC3 for addendums. This document can be changed. If you have other UCCs for your personal self filed anywhere, you'll want to cancel those first and then file these documents. Send these documents to New York State Department of State Division of Corporations, State Records and Uniform. Commercial Code 99 Washington Avenue, Albany, New York, 122310001. Filing fee. Look it up. North American Water and Power Alliance UCCs you will send to Maryland, State Department of Assessments and Taxation UCC. 301 West Preston Street, Baltimore, MD 21201. Make money orders. Checks payable to Bureau of Conveyances. Total filing fee. Look it up. Use the envelope provided with certified mail receipt for your records. Track your package online. Addendum and additional information. File the UCC1A and UCC3. State Department of Assessments and Taxation UCC 301 West Preston Street, Baltimore, MD 21201. You will make 2 copies of the enclosed original filing. Keep one and put the other with the UCC1A, UCC3. You can mail them together but make a copy of the original filing. These filings don't have anything to do with your UCC1. The UCC1 and UCC3 are not to be filed as additional information or addendums to the UCC1. Instructions for Form 56. Sign and date the second page of Form 56. Add a copy of your endorsed certified birth certificate. Use the pre-addressed envelope to mail the form to the IRS. Use the envelope provided with certified mail receipt for your records. You can track your documents with your certified mail number online at USPS. Secretary of the Treasury. Package. Items to include in package. Enclosed is your letter to the Secretary of the Treasury. There is also a sample of an endorsed birth certificate and Social Security card. You'll replace these with your own original documents, which you should have more than one birth certificate and more than one Social Security card still attached to the original document. If you don't, I suggest you get at least one more of each, 3 more certified copies of your birth certificate and another copy of your Social Security card. That is up to you, but you might need it in the future. You'll also find the bill of exchange, which includes some blank spaces you'll have to write in after you file your UCC1. You won't be able to use the filing number until you've actually filed your documents. Your personal account number is your Social Security number, with dashes. Your Treasury posted account number is the registered mail label number, which is on the red and white label you'll get from the post office. The post office will not allow people to randomly get these labels, as they are about $12 to $18 per label. You'll have to go to the post office, get the label and fill in the blanks on the letter where it says registered mail no and then also Treasury posted account hash. These should be the same, and then you'll affix the label on the outside of the envelope. Your UCC contract trust account number is the first letter of your 3 names and the filing number of the UCC1 you filed in New York, plus the date you're signing the documents. For example, TLP 11,112,023 UCC 1001234561959 CIV 999G, or whatever the UCC number is. It can be very long or very short. It doesn't matter how long it is as long as you put in the numbers prior to mailing. Your international bill of exchange number is your initials, IBOE date, last 4 digits of SSN. Use the envelope provided and go to the post office and ask for a registered mail label. Write the registered mail label number on the line in the letter before mailing. You can also send in of these documents priority mail for faster service. Just use the address on the envelope and don't forget to include the tracking number on the form itself. Keep a copy of the priority mail or certified mail receipts, and the registered mail sticker for your records. This will be your account numbers and you'll need these forever. Track your packages online. Instructions for letters to the Commissioner. Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service. Internal Revenue Service Office of the Commissioner Secretary of State. Sign and date. Include a copy of the front and back of endorsed birth certificate in each envelope. Do not include letter to Secretary of Treasury. Use the envelopes provided with instructions for county clerk filings. Record these documents with your county clerk and recorder's office. Now I'm a Californian and when I went to record my documents they would not let me. I had to go to the Secretary of State and file my documents on my UCC1 and non-UCC. I keep my documents ducked off if I have any issues. Also, as I stated before, the importance of getting documents authenticated so they will be stamped with the approval of full faith in credit, but most importantly submissible in court. As we know, they don't expect us to know this information and they stink. They are playing dirty. We are only balancing out our books, conducting our own business and want like good people to reduce the public debt, and protect what we work for, nothing more nothing less, raw and uncut commerce that the privileged and wealthy have access to. Also know the difference of recording documents and filing, they are not the same. Instructions for accepted. For value. When endorsing a presentment, make sure to use your stamp on every page of the bill, which is really a presentment for payment and a negotiable instrument you will be turning into a bill of exchange or money order. Stamp each page at a 45-degree angle on both the top and the bottom, front and back of every page after the first one. Use the enclosed example to properly endorse your accepted for value presentment. Endorse the back of the money order like you would a check by turning the presentment sideways and signing on the back. Do not tear coupon from the page. Leave all pages intact. Mail to all of the 3 IRS addresses only. Do not mail the original to the originator. If you want to send a letter with a copy of the endorsed presentment to the originator, make sure to include a cover letter with it. Mail the presentment to IRS Technical Support Division. Attention, Private Treasury SID Officer. CO Treasury UCC Contract Trust. Internal Revenue Service, 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20220. Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigation Division. Box 192. Covington, Kentucky 41012. Internal Revenue Service. Stop 4440 P.O. Box 9036 Ogden, Utah 84201. Do not use dollar signs when changing into a money order. Do not write inside the box where the amount paid goes. You can write more than the amount if you like. Don't pay credit cards in full. Credit cards shall be overpaid by at least 100 so way. They will keep the account open. Make sure you keep your copies in a safe place. Now you have your hardware. You must create debt to discharge debt. That is why credit is so important. We have been bankrupt since 1933 and we are ran on credit. And as a business, taxes are made for businesses, not individuals. Reason we register as a business, operating as entities. We want no liability and the name of the game is own nothing, control everything. Most of my people in my communities are poor for this very reason. 1. They don't understand commerce, business. 2. Don't understand the importance of credit. Because we are educated to be the help through our school system. 3. Don't operate although looked upon as entities. 4. Have no clue about operating out of trust. 5. Don't know law, because if we can't afford our bare necessities, how can we afford to be educated or knowledge of law? In law, ignorantia juris non excusat, Latin for, ignorance of the law excuses not, or ignorantia legis neminem excusat, ignorance of law excuses no one, is a legal principle holding that a person who is unaware of a law may not escape liability for violating that law merely by being unaware of its content. We the people get penalized for being ignorant to law. Yet if once again we are educated through the school system to be ignorant, don't have proper resources, why do we get penalized? Because most are slaves and there is some real evil people out here taking away our free will to thrive as a whole. If we want change, knowledge should be free for everyone. Then we as a whole have an opportunity to thrive or be poor. That is free will that has been taken. Since we learn from home and school, we must change the school system. Only then will we have change. Everything is prepaid. For many years I've been sending free mail and moving a certain way. I have been protected even in the times I made stupid mistakes. Once you learn the game, it's no going back. You have to wake up out this simulator matrix. Resources, food stamps, governor assistance are not always a handout that still have people struggling. Resources to me is knowledge that allows people to get out of certain situations and thrive as a whole. Slavery was never abolished, just modernized. The best slaves are these celebrities, entertainers. They are bringing in them shekels by the millions and still don't have nothing or ownership of self. Yet have the nerves to feel money makes them somebody. Yet people support these same people that bring nothing to our community. The only thing they bring is negative energy, telling people spend money, wear clothes of people who don't give a spit about us. Shake yo behind, become artificial, kill our people, etc. We are led by individuals who took an oath to my father to serve and protect, but are the problem. Let's get into discharge offsetting. The public debt. You can order a 3x 3-inch stamp for the first one and larger for the second stamp. This stamp includes your personal line number. Do not change the numbers. Accepted for value, exempt from levy. Date. Exemption ID. Social without dashes. Deposit _blank _ to the United States Treasury and charge the same to first, middle, last, all caps. Social with dashes and credit back. Blank _blank. On the check or payment coupon. Pay to the order of the Department of Treasury and charge to the maker of the bill and credit to the memory of my account #social with dashes. On the bill side of the presentment at a 45-degree angle. 45-degree angle is banker's script, as we are bankers making transactions daily. You can order a large red ink stamp pad from Office Depot or many other places. Do your own due diligence for best pricing. You can also write this in the presentment. The blueprint people have been using before a lot of us was born. Include in your accepted for value package. You will send to the IRS. Cover letter, affidavit, cover letter. Endorsed presentment changed to a money order. UCC1 Walker F. Todd affidavit. First, middle, initial, last, all caps. 999 Ubin Plaid Street, City, State, zip in brackets. November 11, 2023. IRS Technical Support Division CO Treasury UCC Contract Trust Internal Revenue Service 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. 20220. Certified mail number. Instructions for enclosed invoice, money order. The following enclosed document and money order is signed with my wet ink signature and seal with accepted for value in return for payment and settlement by the authorized representative. First, middle, last, exemption ID number 012345678912345667N. Is being submitted for immediate payment and settlement via the first, middle, last trust account. 123456789. The enclosed money order is being sent via certified mail directly to you, the IRS Technical Support Division, as per this letter, and the envelope which is addressed to such. Also included is my UCC1N, the Walker F. Todd affidavit for your review. Please execute payment of the endorsed money order with bears my wet ink signature and stamp via my trust account as stated above. Once this has been settled in full and the accounting balanced, please send a letter stating the debt has been settled to my address, which is first, middle, initial, last, all caps, 999 Ubin Plaid Street, City, State, zip in brackets. Dated this _blank day of _blank, AD, 2023. By blank, authorized representative. Exemption ID number 123,456,789 SSN without dashes. Notice. 1. This filing is in accord with UCC 1-103, 1-104 Public Law Chapter 48, 48 Stat. 112, Public Law 73-10, Title 31, Sect 5118 and HJR 192 June 5, 1933. The debtor trust DBA, first last is entered into commercial registry as a transmitting utility for the sole purpose of transmitting commercial activity as a conduit for the benefit of the trustee creditor first middle, last. Due to the absence of real money, supported by substance, since March 1933, discharging one's part of the public debt by a promissory note is the only lawful way to settle all prior debts and convictions. This shall be done per my order via the trust first last and by my voluntary tender and offer of my private asset credit exemption. 2. First middle last, have established lawful status and standing as a principal creditor to the U.S. corporation to offer my private credit exemption, asset so noted in the public record as the private trustee creditor and the settler for the trust DBA. First last. 3. I have the full power of attorney as holder in due course with first right claim as grantor and sole agent for the U.S. debtor. I am sole executor of the first last estate, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and I am duly and morally authorized to discharge any public presentment, charged, to the trustee EBTOR offering my signature voluntarily to create the credit to balance the accounting without interference from any party under international commercial law. Certified mail #4. First last, U.S. Trust by first middle last, grantor authorized representative. Address city, state, zip in brackets. Non-domestic without the United States exemption ID number 123,456,789. IRS Technical Support Division ATTN, Private Treasury SID Officer C OTREASUARYUCC Contract Trust. Internal Revenue Service 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20220. Affidavit Cover Letter. Private Banker's Acceptance of Enclosed Presentments for Value, Return, Settlement and Closure. As sole principal grantor trustee for the U.S. Trust, exempt from levy, listed on the enclosed presentments, I, first middle last, the dual authorized representative and settler, do hereby accept the enclosed well-plead written instrument S for value, REURN for value, settlement and closer to your honorable office for processing. I have properly endorsed the enclosed negotiable instruments both front and back in proper bankers' acceptance format. 4. Pending the return of money, with substance and with valuable consideration and backing, any attempt to submit liability instruments further increases the national debt and places all concerned deeper into involuntary servitude and, upon proof of claim that you can show me your written instrument that allows you to hold me in a state of involuntary servitude, I honorably instruct that you execute my order to lawfully discharge these public debt S charged to the trust DBA. First last, exemption ID number 123456789. 1. Per your solemn oath of office to the people, you are hereby notified and instructed as my appointed fiduciary to properly and lawfully balance these accounts and forward this banker's acceptance for value and return for value settlement and closure in the amounts shown on the presentments at once to the proper agency and update the accounting regarding these commercial instruments and financial transactions. 2. Properly credit the presenter of the enclosed negotiable instruments in the amount shown on the face of the instrument. 3. You are further instructed to notify all related agencies, courts and corporations that these accounts have been set off by my private credit, settled in full and closed lawfully by the principal creditor. All claims against the debtor trust in regards to this lawful acceptance and settlement of these accounts must now be released. 4. If you have any valid claim as to why this transaction is unlawful or incorrect, a living authorized representative for your agency is required to sign his/her claim and present it to the private trustee within 30 days at the address in the heading of this notice. Your claim shall stand under penalty of perjury and full commercial and personal liability for the full amount of this transaction. Claimant must include detailed administrative procedures for correctly handling commercial paper under international UCC contract law. Any valid claim presented as outlined above will self-withdraw this transaction and cause it to be null and void. 5. A fiduciary tax estimate will be requested to verify the settlement of these accounts. Presented to you on this day, blank, in commercial honor. By order of First Last U.S. Trust. X underscore, blank, underscore, blank. By First Middle Last, Grantor Dual Authorized Representative. Notary Justice of Peace. Notary name, blank, date, blank. Notary signature, blank, order and instructions to the private SID Treasury Officer. This is just a guidepost once again. Before you move on anything, have inner and overstanding. Hope you enjoy the information. Read, apply, and execute. Go out here and protect your time and energy. We work hard for others to eat off our backs. It must stop. Peace, love, and hair grease. That means be someone's peace. Love one another and shine my babies. YouTube and many people say I am controversial and go against the grain. I say if truth and love is controversial, so be it. I'm a lesson or blessing. I fear no man and walk in the faith of my Father God. Good or bad, I take my credit. I'm here to do a job and my work ethic is impeccable. I may have been victimized, but I am not victim. My tribe, y'all will have my strength and make change. Now go put y'all foot on these real crooks and criminals' necks. They took oaths and wear business suits as they run our country. I am change. We are change.